Yes, sir.
Tom, you know, we talked about the Glade project, and it's been for years and years that we've gone over this. Has all the land been bought, purchased, and what kind of timetable are we looking at? We have about 2 years left on the moratorium on our water, and is it looking like we're going to be able to meet the timetable?
Well, a couple of things that are happening on the water is that the Magnuson ruling is up in the air. We do not believe that they're going to cut the water off and reduce back to 73 or 74 allocations. We think they might limit the growth. The land is there. There's 700 something acres, and believe it or not, we're going to executive session today to vote on acquiring another 105 acres of land up there. But that's where we're so strong, is that we have the footprint for a reservoir, as opposed to, you see everybody else talking about the Lockheed or all that 10,000 acres in Dawsonville. They don't even have the land. We have the land. So we hope to have a permit in 20 months, 25 months. Then once we get the permit, it gives flexibility to us. The secret for us is getting a permit. We have retained Joe Tanner and Associates and Tommy Craig, Harold Reheis, and that group to work with us on getting the permit, and we've allocated $1.5 million to get the permit. And we hope we can get it done in those numbers. It sounds like a lot of money, but what's the value of water? So we anticipate. One of the things that's interesting, once we get the permit, then we use our discretion as to how to build it. We think Cedar Creek can produce 8 to 10 million gallons. If the economy turns out, if you got 18 coming out of Gainesville now, we don't think there's going to be a reduction because of the Magnuson ruling. What we do think is going to happen, though, is that they might limit where you can go with it. I mean, you can't get any more. So we're going to have an 8 million gallon a day flow out of Cedar Creek. And we're going to work with Gainesville. I'm not sure there's not going to be, a couple of pistols drawn and all this in the process, but at the same time, we're going to work with them. We're going to make it happen because it's bigger than Hall County. It's bigger than any city or municipality. It's our future, and I think we're going to make it happen, and we will. Yes, sir.
I have a question, a follow-up question about your sales tax issue. You were championing the tracking of sales tax dollars which are remitted to the Department of Revenue.
Right.
And then dispersed back to local governments.
Yes.
And that's the 3 cents of the 7, which we currently pay.
Correct.
That's correct. Now, you alluded to big box. There's something out there called a master sales tax number, which I don't know about. And my question is your issue on tracking or on timeliness with the disbursements or audits?
Primarily it's tracking and some audits as well. I mean, we're one of the few counties, and Phil is leading our charge here, to bring the money back. Of the 3 cents that we need to have that comes back to Hall County, we think we might be getting 75-80% of what's entitled to Hall County. So what we're looking for is what we don't know. We don't know all the details because of the confusion at the Revenue Department at the state. Probably not the correct thing to say, but we'll say it anyway. But anyway, and I think it's important to your school system, Gainesville School, Hall County Schools, the cities, and everybody, that they get their fair share. And we're ready to go down the road. I understand, I got a call last night. They're not real excited about this. HCCG is not real excited about it. They want us to wait. And I said, how long do you wait? If we don't try it, I promise you nothing will happen. But anyway, that's pretty well the gist of where we are there. And there's a lot of unknowns that we don't know. So we're looking forward to finding out all we can find out. And I think we'll have that meeting. Yes, sir.
Tom, as a follow-up to Paul's question about the reservoir, if the Corps permits the reservoir, can't the Corps control the water flow?
Yes and no. What we're looking at is a new project. I mean, the original flow out of the Glade Farm Reservoir was 6.5 million. We're redesigning it to go 50 million a day and plus. So we're trying to create a pumping system where we pump in and pump back, and we're looking at getting out of the Corps' district so that we can limit their input. But you know, Gary, I don't know the answer because they could. You never know what the Corps is going to do. But I think we've got to move forward with our ideas. That way the Corps can do what they got to do and we'll do what we got to do because, you know, I've been involved in this thing and I've been into some of the meetings and we had the Corps there. We had the head guy of the Corps, the head engineer, the lawyers, and let me tell you, once you get at that level, it is so confusing. Everybody's afraid to make a decision.
You've just heard Hall County Commission Chairman Tom Oliver talk about plans for improving revenue streams for the county, securing water for future generations, and in general, continuing to raise the quality of life in Hall County. That's the mission of your local government, to provide you with the services and infrastructure needed to make your family or business successful. Please visit hallcounty.org for commission meeting highlights, a calendar of events, road construction reports, and much more. Thank you for watching. For Hall County Connection and TV 18, I'm Nikki Young.
You're watching TV 18, the government channel for Gainesville and Hall County.